Welcome to this brief guide on how to explain formulas with Copilot in Excel. Are you tired of inheriting Excel spreadsheets with monstrous formulas that look like a secret code? Or maybe you've spent hours trying to debug your own formulas, getting lost in a maze of cell references and nested functions. We've all been there, and it can be incredibly frustrating. But what if you had an intelligent assistant right inside Excel that could instantly explain any formula to you in plain English? That's where Explain Formulas with Copilot comes in. This brand new, powerful feature is designed to help you understand even the most complex formulas without ever needing to leave your spreadsheet. And it's available right now for Microsoft 365 subscribers. Alright, let's dive straight in. On my screen, I have a section of a fairly typical sales report for the month. We've got our columns for our sales reps, region, sales amounts, and finally, the all-important commission. My goal here is to understand exactly how this commission is being calculated. I'm going to start by clicking on the first cell in the commission column, which is cell I5. Now, as soon as I select it, you can see the formula up here in the formula bar. Now, I have to be honest with you and say that this could look pretty intimidating at first glance. It's got multiple nested functions like value and substitute, plus there's a VLOOKUP tacked on here at the end. But notice what happens when I selected the cell. A small, subtle icon has appeared just to the right of it. This is the Copilot icon. Now, to get our explanation, we'll simply move our mouse over and give this a click. This opens a super small context menu. The option we're interested in here at the moment is the first one, Explain this formula. Let's click that now. Take a look at your screen, and there it is. A new panel slides out directly on your spreadsheet, ready to break it all down for us. You didn't have to go to a help menu or search online. The explanation came right to you. Now, the first thing Copilot gives us is a fantastic high-level summary. You can think of this as the in a nutshell version. Now let's see what it says about our formula. It tells us that this formula prepares the sales amount in G5 by removing the $ and comma, converts it into a number, and then multiplies it by a commission rate that's found using a VLOOKUP. This initial summary is incredibly valuable. Imagine you've just been handed a complex financial model that was built by someone else. Instead of spending an hour tracing precedents and dependents for each cell, you can get an immediate, plain English summary of what the formula's purpose is. It provides instant clarity and context before you even look at the details. You can think of it as the blurb on the back of a book. It tells you the plot without spoiling the ending. Now for the really powerful part. Below the summary, Copilot provides a complete step-by-step breakdown. This is where we go from just knowing what the formula does to truly understanding how it does it. So let's take a look at this closely. Copilot breaks down each component, starting with the value and substitute functions. It explains that the formula takes the value in G5, which has currency formatting. The substitute function is removing the $ and the comma and cleaning up the text. Then the value function converts that cleaned text into a true number that can be used in a calculation. Next, it explains the VLOOKUP function, which is used to find the correct commission rate. Copilot analyzes each piece or argument of our VLOOKUP. It shows that the lookup value is cell H5, which contains gold. So we know that the formula is now looking for the word gold. Next, it explains the table array, which is L5 to M8, which is our commission rate table here on the sheet. Then, it explains that it will return a value from the second column of that table, Finally, the false at the end of our formula means that it will only find an exact match, which is what we need here. After finding that rate, the formula simply multiplies it by the clean number it generated from the sales amount in G5. This detailed deconstruction turns a complex formula into a simple, logical sequence of steps. Now, what makes this feature truly next level is that its explanations are fully contextual. Copilot isn't just reciting a generic definition from a help file, it is actively reading your workbook and using your specific data and cell references in its explanation. This is the key to making this information truly useful. Let's demonstrate this now with a different formula. Over here, I have a column that determines if a sales rep will get a President's Club bonus. The formula in cell J5 uses both if and functions. An if function performs a logical test and returns one value if the result is true and another if it's false. The and function is nested inside, which means it's checking if multiple conditions are all true at the same time. Let's use Copilot on this one. I'll select cell J5, click the Copilot icon, and then hit Explain this formula. Instantly, we get a completely different, new explanation. It correctly identifies that the formula checks if the sales amount in G5 is greater than 150,000 and if the region in F5 is north. Because it's looking at our actual data, the explanation is perfectly tailored to the formula's purpose in this specific sheet. The on-grid explanation is fantastic for understanding, but what if you want to take it a step further? What if you have follow-up questions or you want to modify this formula? This is where the integrated chat comes in. If you look at the bottom of the context menu, you'll see a button to Chat with Copilot. Let's go ahead and click that. This action opens the main Copilot chat pane on the right-hand side of Excel. Now we can have a conversation. I'm going to ask it a question that goes beyond just a simple explanation. I'll type, how would I modify this formula to add a third condition, where the rep must also have been with the company for more than 2 years, assuming their start date is in column D. I'll hit send, and now Copilot will analyze my request, look at the existing formula in the selected cell, and suggest a modification. And there we go. It's provided an updated formula that includes a check on the date in column D and explains how the new part works. This transforms the feature from just an explainer into a powerful, interactive assistant that helps you build and refine your work. So there you have it. We've covered how to use explain formulas with Copilot to get instant, contextual, and step-by-step explanations for any formula in Excel. We've seen how it can help you quickly understand complex formulas and improve your Excel skills along the way. I encourage you all to open up your own spreadsheets and give it a try today. The more you use it, the more confident you'll no doubtedly become with formulas. To access this feature, you will need to be a Microsoft 365 subscriber, either work or personal. And at the time of making this video, the feature is available on Windows and Excel on the web, but it should be rolling out more widely real soon. Happy explaining, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to check out the channel. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.